Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with a few milestones. So recently the Hedera account surpassed over 300,000 followers. Now, is this a massive milestone? Not necessarily, right? Like, a lot of people think that every single milestone and every single, thing that happens has to boost the price of HBAR. This is not going to boost the price of HBAR, but I think that it's great to note that the community is growing every single day. The network is growing every single day, and all of this is going to be incredible once we start to see things start to move. Remember, I always say do not doubt the community growth. A lot of these projects experience this this time where, things are starting to move, but the price isn't. And we've seen this going all the way back to 2021. I remember in 2021, there was nothing on Hedera. There was not even a social presence at all. There was no marketing. Once we start to see things kick up a little bit and the community start growing, we've seen the network also keeping up. The network start to grow and expand. We also seen a ton of community members building solid projects over on Hedera as well. This is why I say, during a bear market, it's time to build and grow the community. And that's what happened with Hedera. And then we also started to see a lot more use cases going live on Hedera, with of course the first enterprise grade one. And talking about that, on the same subject of milestones, 13 billion transactions. Shout out to Credible Crypto. Hedera just broke 13 billion transactions on mainnet, while currently pushing over 1,400 transactions per second. No other DLT comes close. And yeah, currently speaking right now, we're sitting under 1,400, it's like 1,300. I just seen the spike up to about like 3,000 TPS just recently. And the transactions per second have been very, very significant to watch, right? Now, have I been watching this 24/7 and keeping up with the transaction? No. But I do keep up with the milestones, right? Like, we just hit 13 billion transactions on July 5th. So literally today at about 5:13 a.m. I'm recording this video at about roughly 3:30 p.m. As we do look at the transactions since then, we have gained almost 50 million transactions. That is something significant. No other project in this space is having transactions like this. And of course, we have the number one argument. Where's the price action? Hello, we are in a bear market. Price action doesn't mean anything right now. But let's see where Hedera is at the top of the next cycle. I believe that HBAR is destined for the $+ range, and I've talked about $3 to $6 on HBAR. With all the substance that's behind Hedera, with everything happening around Hedera, I don't see why we couldn't blow past a $50 to $100 billion market cap. We've seen it around Dogecoin, we've seen it around Shiba Inu, we've seen it around ADA, we've seen it around XRP, we've seen it around a lot of tokens within this game that have hit the high, almost 100 billion market cap area. I believe that Hedera could hit $75 to $100 billion in market cap and possibly even higher. But it all depends on how much, substance there is, which we know that there's a lot, and then also hype. Although a lot of people don't like to build off of hype, hype is also a crucial thing around this space at this current moment in time until utility is shined upon. But nonetheless, yes, there's a ton of substance here. House of Chimera just recently posted this on July 1st. Comparing June today from June of 2022, it is a night and day difference in terms of the monthly transactions. We are nearing almost 3 billion monthly transactions. Guys, this is huge. This is nothing in this space even compares to Hedera's transactional demand. Now I get it. It's not amounting for HBAR's price skyrocketing. But patience is a virtue. And I even said, this is one enterprise application. Imagine 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. And that day will happen. And also another big thing is Hedera expanding. One of the biggest areas that I've been focused on as of recently is the UAE, because they want to become a crypto hub. Going back to May 6th, stars aligned for UAE to become a global crypto hub. This was also right after or right around when Coinbase looked to the UAE as a global crypto hub. And then also, the UAE welcomes digital assets as Ripple wins in Singapore. A lot of these areas are moving very fast around crypto regulations and crypto acceptance. And the race is on. The race is on to utilize and adopt crypto more than ever before. The US is still at a standstill, but I do assume that at some point in time, we will start to see big moves being made. And as we do look at the UAE, well, guess what? Hedera is going to also make a lot of noise there. The UAE Free Zone teams up with the HBAR Foundation to support Web3 startups. The collaboration will give startups access to a grant program and support in areas such as technology, marketing, and business development. And we do see down here as well that they want the UAE to not only become a global leader in the digital economy, but also shape the future. And this is all through the collaboration with the HBAR Foundation. What better way to become a global leader in the digital economy than to source something like Hedera that has been becoming a leader around the Web3 economy? By creating and enabling the world's first licensed Web3 ecosystem, we are facilitating the seamless exchange of information, connecting businesses across sectors and paving the way for synergistic relationships to flourish. According to the announcement, the collaboration will give startups access to a comprehensive grant program and specialized support in the areas of technology, marketing, and business development. This also aims to scale adoption for new ideas in the Web3 space. The two organizations will also create other initiatives, including startup pitching sessions and launch joint projects such as venture studios or accelerators. This is absolutely massive. I am so excited about this. And also, you know, as we do see the future around the space, the Web3 economy and the race around the digital economy is on. We are starting to see nations really picking up on this as well and wanting to become a crypto hub. The UK, Hong Kong, the UAE, and now we are starting to see some other bigger players coming into the space. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Europe, I just recently talked about Europe with Mika. I mean, we are starting to see things move pretty quickly. Now also, right on par with the Hedera transactions, Avery Dennison continues to expand and make waves within certain areas. Just recently on June 28th, we seen Avery Dennison partner with TextAid to revolutionize textile recycling. Leveraging technology, we're tracing garments to manage waste efficiently. This is all through DPPs with digital IDs, and of course this is including Hedera through track and trace technology and things like that. This has been one of those use cases that I've been talking about for a while. In terms of track and trace, I think that's a huge area of opportunity. In terms of Avery Dennison, yeah, we've been talking about Avery Dennison forever with Atma.io, considering the fact that that's where a lot of these transactions are coming from. And just recently, we started to see these transactions really creating a lot of waves, much more than before. In terms of the chart of transactions, like we started to see them pick up in January and then continue to scale upwards. This is because of Avery Dennison continuing to expand their services into a lot of other areas and partnering with some other larger names like TextAid. I think that this is big. And again, if we scroll down over here, we do see through piloting digital identification technologies, TextAid aims to improve its textile sorting process with the potential for garments to be automatically directed to relevant resale or recycling streams. Unique digital identifiers will address the data gap in waste apparel sorting. Digital identifiers will be tracked via Avery Dennison's Atma.io connected product cloud platform, giving access to data that will pave the way for a more sustainable textile industry. And the big thing about this partnership is because, one, we are starting to see changes happening around regulations. We do see the partnership aims to address the challenges of textile waste management ahead of incoming regulatory changes in the EU. So we are seeing sustainability becoming much bigger of a problem. And when we have that, well, now you have a lot of these companies trying to figure out how they can address these problems. And guess what? The solution is already here. And this is why I do believe that we are going to see a wave of adoption for Hedera like no other. Because sustainability is becoming a huge issue. And we already know that Hedera is the most sustainable DLT out there for a lot of these huge use cases. And I do think that that's what's making Hedera ripe for adoption. We do see a few things within this as well. A key aspect of this collaboration is the integration of cutting-edge technologies. As a provider of market-leading digital identification solutions for the apparel industry, Avery Dennison will work with TechSafe to explore how technology can enable traceability of garments through the sorting and recycling process. Digital identifiers tracked via Avery Dennison's Atma.io connected product cloud platform carrying vital fiber information will aid TechSafe to process apparel into relevant resale or recycling streams. Europe generates a staggering 7 million tons of textile waste each year, yet only 35% of this waste is separately collected, and less than 1% is recycled into new materials. Recognizing the urgent need for change, the European Union is aiming for a complete overhaul of the industry by 2030 under the strategy for sustainable textiles. So like I said, we are going to be seeing a wave of adoption around sustainable use cases, and this is all scalable use cases as well. I am so excited for this. Remember, Atma.io is a giant through Avery Dennison. And recently, Avery Dennison also made waves talking about the cosmetics industry as well through the same exact technology, digital IDs, tracking things around the supply chain. This is all through Hedera. There is more than 10% of beauty products worth an estimated $4.8 billion that are wasted in supply chains. Again, through the same significant use case with Atma.io, they are going to fix a lot of these problems. I want you guys to realize how big of a game changer this actually is for Hedera because of the transactional demand. We also do see currently more than 28 billion items are managed by the Atma.io platform across the apparel, retail, food, and healthcare sectors. This is a gateway to mass adoption. I don't think people realize how big of a game changer this is. This is extremely transformative. And again, the transactional demand from this is only going to continue to gain a lot more traction. This is going to be a trend to watch for. Transactions on Hedera, I know that a lot of people don't even care for them anymore at this point because, you know, it started really big and then everyone was looking at it and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, tell me when we're doing 1 billion transactions a day practically, right? So, and I do think that we will get to that point. It's just like at this point, a lot of these transactions are now underwhelming because we're so used to seeing them. But I remember a day where, you know, 100 transactions per second was huge. Now it's like, okay, well, tell me when we're at 10,000 TPS. And that day will happen. I do think that Hedera long-term is going to be an absolute giant. Like I said, a lot of people, they don't care about getting on the plane when it's refueling. They care about getting on the plane when the plane takes off. And I do think that that day is going to happen. And I think that when Hedera really starts to take off, I think it's going to be too late. I really do think it's going to be too late to get on that flight. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.